one is Oregon versus Texas Tech. Now, this one is interesting as well. Two really stellar teams when you break it down. Texas Tech offense has been good this year, 480 yards per game. Essentially, Oregon offense, same thing, only about 12 yards short. So it's the matchup of two electric offenses. Now, the defenses, don't get me wrong, they can make plays, they can get there. You got David Bailey for Texas Tech, you got Romello Height, two really elite guys on the edge who can get after Dante Moore, who can make it tough and rattle him a little bit. But this was interesting because when you come to Oregon, Oregon's a well balanced unit. A lot of people will say, oh, well, they just throw the ball with Dante Moore. No, they have Whittington, who has been performing at a high level this year. Oregon likes to run the football, right? Oregon likes to give it to their back and let him cook. You know what I'm saying? Which makes them potent. Now we know about Malik Benson, Decorian Moore, some of those guys on the outside who are one-on-one matchup nightmares. Then it concerns me a little bit for Texas Tech if your defense can't get there every play. Can your secondary, can your back line, can they hold up against this elite Oregon offense, right? And when it's in that fourth quarter, if it's a tight game, let's say it's 14-7, where Oregon has been playing in this year, tight caliber games, can you make the plays defensively to get the ball back to your offense? Right. So it's going to be very interesting, man. Two really good defensive fronts, two teams that has phenomenal head coaches. I like what Cameron Dickey's been doing this year for Texas Tech, running the football. He's been basically unstoppable. But two teams, when you look at them in totality, they like to be well balanced. They like to run it. They like to run play action off different things and hit those big plays down the field. But can Texas Tech offensive line block a guy like Ugale, who's having an awesome year for himself, getting into the backfield, getting a bunch of sacks? He'll be one to watch. Tuioti is another one at the linebacker spot that plays, blitz packages and things like that. So it's going to be real intriguing to see, man, with these two. We've had Dan Lanning come out and say, man, I would wish the game would have been played in Lubbock, Texas. Just, wanting to be able to have that home feel, how electric that would have been for his players, and obviously for college football. Texas Tech a resurgence, right? They're showing that the portal works, right? Like you can invest money into the portal and you can come out and make a college football playoff, right? You can get to that level in this type of caliber of a stage and be able to have success. So it's going to be real intriguing, man. This game, as ESPN has it, pretty much a toss-up. And I would agree with them because Texas Tech has performed good all year. Only loss was to Arizona State, and they've been playing a high caliber of football, this year. But this is going to be a true tough test for them because you got a team like Oregon that can quick strike fire on you. They can run the ball and milk the clock. And if you ain't careful and you obviously bring more and then you're not taking advantage of opportunities, you could be down 17-0 early in this game. Like that's how good Oregon is. But nonetheless, man, I kind of want to see what they're able to do. I'm gonna kind of go a little bit of an upset. I know the spread is favoring Oregon right now, but I'm gonna go Texas Tech. I know it's a neutral field, neutral setting, but I think they got the team. The defensive line is the part I think the reason they win because they can get after you. They don't have to blitz. They can get after you with a front four, and a lot of times they're confusing quarterbacks. Right? They're making them have to think longer, hold the ball longer, go through your progression, and a lot of times it's leading to sacks and negative plays. And when you have that at a consistent level, it makes you tough to beat. So that's why I got Texas Tech in this one. I think it'll be, like I said, another close game, two really elite opponents. And I think Texas Tech gets the edge. I'm going to go 27-24. I think they walk it off late as well. Back and forth contest, two really elite teams. Game kind of starts off slow, like 7-7, 10-7 lead going into halftime. And then Texas Tech turns it on in the second half, pulls away, and wins it 27-24 and come out with a victory, man. But like I said, with Cameron Dickey, Bryn Morton, all those guys on the outside, and obviously Douglas is your receiver, I think they should be able to get enough stops. But if you're Oregon, you're going to have a plan for David Bailey because he's been elite. He looks like an NFL caliber talent, and they got the best linebacker in the country in Jacob Rodriguez. So this Texas Tech team's loaded. They're physical. They're athletic. They get in the backfield. It's going to be a really interesting chess match between these two teams. But I'm going Texas Tech 27-24. Big time dub for the Red